So, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to you, ma'am. I apologize for the inconvenience of not being there due to the personal reasons and, of course, the hovering in here. So, anyways, I would like to start the report, which is from our subject, the teacher and the community, school culture, and organizational leadership. So, this subject talks about the relationship of the teacher with the community, the importance of the school culture, and of course, the relevance of the organizational leadership. So, without further ado, the first module will talk about the philosophical thoughts on education. So, these philosophical thoughts on education helps you realize building interpersonal relationship and engaging in reflection and meaningful discourse during the teaching process. So before we move on to the various philosophers and their philosophies, we are going to talk about two very crucial things or important things that we are going to tackle along the way. So let's continue. So first, we have the banking method in education. Now, what does it mean and how is it employed in teaching? So basically, banking method in education is a traditional approach in teaching, or in simple terms, it is a teacher-centered method. No? When we say teacher-centered method, so the teacher handles all the things or all the informations that the students are gonna learn or are expected to learn. No? Kay mao man ni ang sa una nato nga siging gamiton. Remember our elementary teachers, no? But during that time, that is the most effective method on that at that time. But because now we are in the modern era, we need to adapt to this new kind of teaching strategies that are currently naana sa ato ang karon mga curriculum. So in this kind of method, the students are expected only to store and remember information given by the teachers. No? So if you recall in the Bloom's taxonomy, the first level only comes from the knowledge. No, it only comes from the lowest level, the level one, the recall. This is where it kanang store and remember. Dira lang siya sa level one. No? So that's why students is seen as empty receptacles of learning or passive receptacles of learning. Students are likened to a sponge. They are only absorbing what is given to them by the teacher, and the teacher in this kind of method will be called the fountain of information, or they are so called the sage of the stage because they are responsible for all the things that the students are expected to do. No? So in this kind of method, the students or the world is seen as static and changeable, and students should fit in as it is. No? So it becomes a one-sided giving of information. The students are only expected to just absorb, no? Deposit all the information given to them and then withdraws it during the examination or during oral recitation and other tests. So this is the banking method. But as you have noticed, there is a lot of problems in this kind of method. So these are some of it. So these are some problems that are found when using the banking method. So educational expert says that the learners are not given the opportunities to find interconnectedness between and among these pieces of information. And moreover, the students do not see the connection of this information to real life. And because of this, the students do not find the purpose of learning or studying such topic when it is not um, integrated into real life situations. Now, let's say, for example, you are learning, the subject is mathematics, and now you are teaching about the solving the distance to your from your house to the market. So you solve this the how many meters is in it and how much time that you are needed to go to the market. So your students would be like, unsa nganong kuan nganong kinahanglan man namo ni mahibaw-an, 'di ba? Nganong sukdon di ay namo na inig moadto mig merkado. Inana ba? Dayon another example would be you are learning from the when it is still mathematics and you are asked to find the value of x and y, no, inig mo palit day kag di ay ka sa merkado moingon di ay ka nga papalit ako aning kuan x nga talong and x nga okra is equal to the integral calculus calculation of the m squared squared dili naman ingon ana, no. So you really need as a teacher you really need to find you really need to contextualize, no, and integrate this topics into other subject areas. Do not just focused on the facts itself. And now that would lead us to these problems of banking method would lead us to our next important thing, which is the isolated facts, no? So facts are very important, no? But there is a term there, isolated, meaning you are teaching those facts as it is. Gitudlo ra nimo siya, pero wala nimo siya girelate sa ubang subject areas, wala nimo siya girelate sa ubang disciplines, no? Don't get me wrong, facts are very important. Mo ganing nag-eskwela ta kay para maka-learn ta og factual informations. But when the teacher is using this banking method, there is too much information but not enough learning. In the field of education, they call those as mile wide, inch deep kind of learning. Meaning, dako kayo ang imuang scope, layo kaayo, daghan kaayo, pero mabaw, mabaw. Wala na ka naghuna-huna kung makasabot ba ang imuang mga learner or maka-understand ba sila sa importance atong imong gihatag, but you are only focused on what you are giving, no, para mahuman lang ang imuang what do you call this ang imuang task or task. However, with this banking system and education, just like what I've said a while ago, there is too much teaching but not enough learning. So when we become future teachers in soon or in the future, in the near future, I discourage you to use this kind of method. But on the opposite side, let's encourage contextualizing and integrating these facts in real life situation because admit it or not, no, malimtan namang gihapon ni nila tanan ang atuang ipangtudlo kaning mga laws, kaning mga churin-churin, mga formula. What they would remember is the things that they understand on when it is related into real life. For example, mauday kanang magtuon ta aning sa digestive system kaya ang atong pagkaon gikan sa mouth i-break down into smaller pieces moagi sa esophagus and then mopadulong sa atuang stomach and then after sa stomach moadto siya sa ang uban moadto sa small intestine and it will be prepared to send it to all the parts of our body and turn into our nutrients, and the other would go into the large intestine and that would become our tae, no? So inana, makabalo ang mga bata unsa ang iya ang purpose sa reality. So since we are done with with the isolated facts, I would like to continue with this one philosopher who studied the banking system in his book called The Pedagogy of the Oppressed, which is a famous education expert named Paulo Freire. So Freire believed that knowledge and culture is always changing. He calls this historicity, the quality of being historical beings. As humans, we are always caught up in the process of becoming. Reality too is historical and therefore always becoming. So to summarize it all up, um, what the things that may be true today may not be true, true tomorrow. So Paulo created the critical pedagogy where the teacher doesn't teach but is learning while in dialogue with the students, and the students learn while teaching. And in critical pedagogy, the students' action aren't limited to receiving, sorting, and storing the teacher's banking deposit. So this is the difference of this pedagogy to the banking system. This pedagogy, the critical pedagogy, involves dialogue with the students. So there is an exchange of information which enrich the learning process or the learning environment that the students would learn. He also believed that systems must be changed to overcome oppression and improve human condition, that education and literacy are the vehicles for social change. So, maybe natingala mo nga nung ang inani ang iyang purpose sa iya ang pedagogy, but during Paulo Freire made this pedagogy on the 1900s. So, the education system on that time is still at the early age, and banking method is the thing that most teachers would use. They are only giving, just like giving the information or the things that I have mentioned in the banking system a while ago. So Paulo Freire created that book so that he would make a social change. And he said that when we read this book, we are um, learning to change and overcome the oppression and improve the students' condition. So teaching and learning for him is a process of inquiry in which the child must invent and reinvent the world, no? So dire giingon process of inquiry. So the students are allowed to ask, no? Kay kabantay mo anang sa atua inig na yung magklase mga tana ang mga teacher. Oh, napa mo may pangutana, do you have any other questions? Tapos inig mangutana, oh, anong wala mga ano mo yun, di ba, inana? But in here, in critical pedagogy of Paulo Freire, the main purpose or the richness in learning would come from the dialogue between the teacher and the students. This is where the teacher-student method um, started, or the teacher becomes the facilitator of learning. He would not become the sage of the stage. He will not monopolize all the informations but become a guide to the students. So here it is said as teachers must not see themselves as sole possessors of knowledge and their students as empty receptacles. So, Paulo believed that problem-posing education wherein the central element is dialogue. So, dialogue is the basis for critical and problem-posing pedagogy, as opposed to banking education where there is no discussion, only the imposition of the teacher's idea onto the students. No? Karon, limited na lang kay nato makita ang ingon ani nga kind of method. But Paulo Freire in his critical pedagogy centralized the problem posing education on dialogue. So, in dialogue, just like what he said, the teacher is also learning and the students are learning while teaching. So that's it for Paulo Freire, the first philosopher who created the critical pedagogy. So we have various philosophers and various philosophies, which will be continued by our co-reporters.